what we're doing. Previous times, it's because we don't know what we're doing, and we've learned.
But now
it's because our Wi-Fi is just non-existent.
We got a better line.
We tried to upgrade our Wi-Fi, and it still doesn't seem to work.
No.
And the problem is, now we're trying to hotspot, but our mobile data connection seems to be non-existent.
Yeah, so we don't really know if we're going to be able to pull this off.
We're going to try our best.
Or if we might have to...
Because as it stands right now, we've been live for 40 seconds and nothing seems to be going through. Is it working? Do we have live?
Brilliant.
Okay,
I think this is actually working.
Why does the audio sound funny?
Funny in what sense?
Brilliant. No, the audio is sounding whack. Let's see what the problem is. Trying to sort out the audio.
If you can hear us.
Yeah, but it's not.
Does the connection, does the sound whack? I think it does.
No, it definitely does.
Definitely does.
Definitely does.
Having done nothing different this time round.
Let's try now. How does it sound?
Is it meant to be...
Lift there, let's see. How does it sound? Nah.
Is it meant to be...
Lift there, let's see. Yeah, what?
Like rope, but I wonder if it's because it sounds like we're underwater. Okay, yeah. Like a robot. I wonder if that's our connection.
What about now?
You guys are just gonna have to...
Is it better now?
You guys are so understanding. Sounds good here. Thank you very much. Let's see.
No, there's something not right here.
Well, people can hear us. But I didn't, just by the way. I don't want any association with that bottled song. Just
I really don't know why.
Sounds like AI.
Yeah, it's not right.
Okay. We'll be back. Maybe. Let's hope for the best. And cut, guys. We're going on to take 4.
And now?
Maybe. Let's hope for the best.
If I take this one off.
And cut, guys. We're going on to
let's hear now. Okay, so this side is on. Is yours fine?
Better.
Let's hear you.
Hello.
Okay, so this side is on.
Thanks for being understanding, guys.
Now we need to hear if we can hear you. So talk.
Hello. Hello. Thanks for being understanding, guys.
I think it's fine.
Should be fine. Okay. Oh my goodness.
So.
Have you ever in your life?
Okay, let's just make sure. Is the audio okay? Is it okay?
That's better. Oh.
Better.
Thank goodness.
Oh my goodness.
You guys, this is honestly we need to come up with a solution to this because week in and week out.
We need to fix this.
It's the same things.
We need to fix this. We need to solve this.
We need to solve this issue,
situation. We need to upgrade.
We do.
We need
but don't worry, guys. We're gonna make it work.
Okay, but I think you can hear us now. It's okay. You know what's crazy is I didn't change anything from the previous time, so I don't know what the issue could have been. But anyways, we're working.
Let's take a moment.
Here. Let's just pretend.
Okay, and.
Oh, hey guys!
Oh my goodness,
Welcome to our live. This is so perfectly executed. No issues. Audio is 100. Everything's perfect. Connection's good. We're talking about Game Week 10
that's exactly
in the
what
Premier
we're
League.
doing.
And the question of the episode is: have Arsenal bottled the league already in November? Well, we're going to talk about that along with the other games in Game Week 10. We're going to try to structure this a little better. And we even have a timer, 30 minutes. So I'm going to hit start and this episode shall begin. Thank you for joining us.
Guys. We have things we want to unpack and
things we
don't want to forget. So,
let's do this. Welcome, guys.
Okay, first things first, let's just address the elephant in the room, which is the fact that both Man City and Arsenal dropped points this weekend. Was I shocked by that? Yes, for both of them, because we had predicted an Arsenal win against Newcastle. We had the same prediction. It was 2-1.
2-1.
Yes, that didn't go according to plan. And it was like the full 11. There weren't even any controversial moments with that game.
I think Newcastle just outplayed Arsenal in that game. They were just a better team. And this time there was no need for any controversy. Was the ball out? Wasn't the ball out?
Like last season.
That was obviously very controversial. But this time, I don't think there's anything that was unfair towards Arsenal, no reason to blame anyone but themselves for not getting anything out of that game. So they were just not on it.
No.
And the question is, like, how consistent can they be moving forward
Because now they're 8 points behind first place.
Yeah, that's why. Have they bottled the league?
You know? But let's just say, right? Last season, Liverpool were also like doing really well ahead. They dropped off. I feel like it's far too early to say that any team has bottled anything.
But you know why I really put that as a statement? Because a couple seasons ago, Arsenal were 8 points ahead of Man City.
I remember. Good times.
Ahead of them.
Beautiful stuff.
Now they're 8 points behind first place, which happens to not be Man City this time.
Yeah.
Who,
but we didn't
as you mentioned, did not get a win either.
Yeah. We didn't see Liverpool coming. I'm not going to lie. Like, I thought that perhaps there would be this weird transition period, but no.
They just
whatever Slot
they upgraded.
is doing.
It seems like they upgraded.
Yeah.
The players are stepping things up, and they were the real winners this weekend. Liverpool were the biggest winners. Liverpool, Forest, and Spurs.
Okay.
Those three were the big winners.
So much to unpack. Let's start with, I just want to take a moment to highlight that the way Gordon whipped that ball.
What a cross.
In, can I just say?
That was beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful,
And
beautiful.
a great leap from Isak.
Yeah.
Golazo.
Yeah. So
Very
anyway, the fact that they beat Arsenal, great win for them, especially because Newcastle have been very inconsistent.
Yeah.
You know, they lose, they win, they lose, but you know what? It is
Perfect
what it is.
time to build that consistency again with the win over Arsenal.
Yes.
Very big 3 points, and they're ahead of United. I think most teams are, unfortunately, ahead of United.
Because of how low down you are.
But I think
anyway,
good win for Newcastle.
Let me unpack this Bournemouth Man City game, which was so frustrating. First of all, I wasn't confident going into the game.
And neither were your players. Neither was Pep. I just
You
think
know what
everyone
it is?
didn't. They just weren't
You
there.
know what really bothered me about that game? It's like they were tired. Okay, like the whole squad. Like, I know we have a lot of injuries, but you can't necessarily blame it on our so-called injury crisis because there were still 11 players on that field. Okay, they weren't injured. Yes, perhaps not all of them were 100%, like Kyle Walker.
How was Walker? I didn't get to watch this game, and all I heard was a lot
what it is?
strong words towards him.
Not
just from you.
No.
I'm saying
It was
from
like
the fan
across
base,
social media.
across the board.
Do you know what it was? It's like when you have the memory of Kyle Walker from the treble season, he's nowhere near that.
Bad times,
okay?
yeah.
And also, I
For
believe
us.
he didn't.
Great for you. Bad times.
I
for us.
believe he didn't even train before the game because obviously he's been out. I mean,
They're
he also
forcing
came back from.
players back.
Yeah.
Because you don't have. That's
No,
the
but
problem.
it's
You're
so-
feeling the struggle
But
of
you know
an
what
injury crisis.
Yes and no, though, because on paper, if you look at that squad, that starting 11, they should have produced so much more. I actually made some notes,
Facts.
okay? Because guys, honestly, City lacked pace, they lacked energy, they lacked creativity going forward.
They lacked entertainment.
We're not seeing
They lacked enthusiasm.
the same kind of
It was a really
performances.
poor advertisement for the Premier League, actually, watching Man City. It was like,
How you didn't even
if
watch the game?
anyone watched that game, they'd be like, yo,
Okay.
why would I watch? I didn't watch the game. But
Exactly, that's
actually,
not
you know
like
what it is?
you-
It's a fantastic advert for the Premier League. It shows, look, even other teams can destroy Man City, like Bournemouth.
There was no creativity going forward, okay? I would just like to point out that I'm not seeing the Gundo and the Foden
Gundo's gone.
that we know.
The Gundo.
Like,
that
what
was
happened
once
when you
here
went to
is-
Barcelona?
Gundo's
You know,
gone.
I don't understand. But and then you've got Vardiol
Vardiol.
scoring all the goals.
That man can leap.
Thank goodness, because
That
I
guy
put him in
leap-
my FPL.
I just bought him.
Which is fantastic. And I will say that the
Vardiol.
game did change when Doku came on, but it was far too late because by then it was like the 80th minute.
Yeah, you guys almost
What are you gonna
won
do?
here
Like,
with him.
no,
Almost.
it's just like,
So
I don't know.
close.
I just found it to be a very disappointing result.
Of course it was.
And I'm not feeling confident going into our UCL clash against Sporting.
Let me actually
So,
get ready for
anyway.
that. In the meantime,
Guys.
while we do
Okay,
the rest
yeah.
of the live, let's
You're
just
truly
not just because
insufferable.
I want them to beat you,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we
yeah.
have a special man coming our way, guys. A very excited
That's a good segue,
Ruben
actually.
Amorim to come and join Man United. Ruud van Nistelrooy has had his second game under Man United as interim manager.
It was the first real test, though.
First real test. And against the Chelsea side that could have been in third place if they got a win against Man United. So we're talking about a top 4 team right here. We're talking about a team that's potentially going to contend for the title that we drew against. The poor, horrible Man United, the worst start we've had in Premier League history.
But that is the truth.
That's a good result.
No, yes,
it is
a draw is a great result for you guys.
No,
but you're saying these things like,
do you know why I'm excited?
You're surprised.
Can I tell you why I'm excited? Is the last time we were doing so bad like this in the table and sacked a manager and then brought a new manager in at this kind of period was when we brought in Sir Alex Ferguson. Somewhat 40, 50 years ago.
So you're already making the comparison.
So basically,
you're not lowering. Yes, that word's tough. Lowering your expectations at all.
Ruben Amorim will be at United for 30 years.
He's going to be the next United fan
Alex
sometimes.
Ferguson. He's younger than Ronaldo. Actually, he's a few months older than Ronaldo. He's 1 month older than Ronaldo. He's 39. He's a young manager. Now, the difference between him and the previous young managers we've had, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ruud van Nistelrooy now, is he has had a lot more first-team success for a team that has had European experience and has won multiple trophies for them. And I think with him coming, it could bring the whole... Obviously, he's going to probably bring some players, most likely, that he's worked under, like Gyökeres.
That's what I was going to say. I think you're being very hopeful
optimistic
that he will, because that guy is killing it right now. And that is why I'm afraid to face them in the UCL, because
you play them tomorrow.
We have no... there's no pace when it comes to counterattacks. Our defense is shame. And they try. Even Aki, I rate Aki, I love him, and he tries, but he doesn't have that pace, right? You're saying shame a lot for a guy who is close to relegation,
it's gonna be fun.
And we're on a live, which means I have to be real polite to this guy.
Just in front of everyone, I want you to know that I'm here for you during these tough times. And another question we asked on our latest post, we haven't seen any of the engagement, is is it time for us to talk about Pep out? We didn't mention this.
Okay, no, Migs, I know you were doing it for the content, I'm guessing. Because there's no way you actually believe that nonsense.
I mean, back-to-back losses. You lost to Spurs and now Bournemouth. I think that's enough to get rid of him. I think it's time.
Most recent win was against a second-string Leicester side, and you want to talk about...
Maybe Southgate will come in, and then he'll take over from Pep. I think that might be the right move.
I'm done.
It's that time. We need to talk about this. But back to Man United and new managers. Ruben Amorim. I'm very excited. I think he's a great manager, and the big difference about him, one thing that I've seen through doing research on him, is his importance that he puts on the mental aspect of players, and also the psychology of football. He is so deep into that I think that has been the biggest issue at Man United, is the mentality of the players and handling the pressure. Amorim is so good at defending his players. Also, when he talks to the press, he doesn't put his player, throw them under the bus. He doesn't put... Which Ten Hag, I think a lot of the times where players did need protection, he wasn't there to show it. So I think in terms of player management, one thing is a guarantee. I think his player management is very good and an upgrade from Ten Hag.
I think it's also...
Time will tell whether or not the rest is a success.
I think it's quite refreshing to also get a young manager in, because even, a perfect example is the Brighton manager. Yeah. Which I think he's been great also.
Which is
even
a segue
though Brighton lost,
back-to-back games to Liverpool.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about that.
We're all over the place right now. We spoke about United, but not about the game against Chelsea.
Okay, let's talk. So because there have been a lot of questions as well about that Martinez challenge on Palmer, and if that should have been a red.
I don't think it would have had any direct influence on the game at that point. It was so late on. But I wouldn't have been mad if it was a red.
Okay.
I think it was one of those. His stud is quite high up.
Martinez does nonsense like that a lot. But at the same time,
he was also he was jumping and falling over one side, and then his foot caught the knee. It's I wouldn't have been mad if they sent him off. It was reckless. It was a proper
Do you remember
South American challenge.
Was it him that jumped in with two legs?
Yeah, it was him.
Okay. Anyway, so
I think if that would have been a couple game ban had he got contact.
I was very upset though, because our captain Palmer.
Shame. It's because you expected another hat trick, and we.
No, I just expected a goal.
We kept him quiet.
But it was kind of like...
It was back and forth. I think the draw is a fair result, and I wasn't upset about it because of where Chelsea are at currently, and I thought we were going to score more. To be fair, we could have scored more. Like, I think Bruno at the end, I really thought Garnacho wasn't on it.
I want to speak about him because
it was a poor performance from him.
Yeah, and he was very, I don't want to say lazy, but even like Casemiro got really annoyed with him at one point when he didn't track back. And it's just
get annoyed with him.
And I think it's very frustrating knowing his quality, seeing all the chances that he misses.
And
it's not just
besides Lamine Yamal in Europe's top 5 leagues, I think he's contributed the most goals this season. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Interesting. But it's also not a lot of goals.
No, it's
for you guys.
Over 10.
What? Have you even scored?
Assisting and scoring.
Oh, okay.
All competitions.
Okay. No,
I'm just pointing out that like he may have had a bad performance, but I think he's having a good season.
Yes.
So
I agree with you.
I don't want to like put too much pressure on him because we know he watches our lives. You know, he's Alejandro. How are you, my brother? Alejandro, ¿dónde está la biblioteca?
Okay, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
No,
let's bring it back.
He's not here.
I just want to.
But if he is, I love you, Garnacho, and wishing you all
the
best.
So much for bringing it back.
I hope that you win the Copper Trophy next season. If not you, Mainu, because I think it's time a Man United protege just takes over that. There's been too many Barca players winning. It's about time Man United take over. Sorry, continue.
Oh, he's done.
Yeah.
I don't think you're done.
17 minutes
Because I just wanted to say thank you. I see that there are some gifts being sent to us on TikTok.
Oh,
you guys really don't have to do that, but thank you so much.
Alejandro.
Okay, we are going to get to some of your questions. You like
Alejandro Garnacho.
Okay, I'll just let you handle it then, because
what we decided today is that Wifey over here is going to be the controlled one, the one that decides. Like, okay, we're going to talk here, next. Because,
only because we're trying
our lives
to
all over the place.
structure it so that we actually say things of value.
I have undiagnosed ADHD because I'm all over the place a lot of the
times.
times.
Yes, indeed. So we are going to get to your questions.
Yes.
But
we have a whole question
go through
segment.
The games.
Yes.
Yeah, the games, not the games that we're playing. And I want to talk about the fact that Nottingham Forest are sitting in third.
What in the
We
what?
didn't see them coming.
No.
Okay.
And Chris Wood, what a season he's having.
Fantastic.
Also in our FPL.
Yes, thank goodness.
Yeah, he's doing so
I feel like I need to captain him because my other captains have been disappointing me. But
Ireland.
I do want to... he wasn't even mine this past...
Salah was my captain.
Oh.
Mo Salah.
Because he scored, and it was a great goal as well.
What a goal. What a winner.
Yes.
What a goal.
Again, we're all over the place. But
we are all over the place. But Mo Salah, I will stand by this until the end of time. He's the most disrespected Premier League footballer ever, I think.
He's amazing.
He's so disrespected.
Like, you can hate Liverpool, which you do.
Which I do.
But,
I despise Liverpool, but Salah needs more respect.
Yes.
And damn, he's good. Yo, he's good.
And bringing it back to Forest, let's put a lot of respect on their name as well.
Yeah.
I think what Nuno
Espírito Santo.
There we go. What he's done, I mean, don't you think it's pretty similar to like when Emery came in with Villa?
Villa, yeah, he's transforming them, but
it's looking good.
We passed a quarter way through the season, so he's doing really well.
Great place for them to be. When we did our early predictions, I don't even think I had them in the top half of the table.
No.
So, you know what?
I wrote them off.
Props to them. We didn't see them coming at all.
No.
And it was a massive one against a West Ham side that are so...
They're struggling. But Forest are definitely a team to watch this season. So,
100%.
Yeah, keep an eye out on them, guys.
West Ham, I'm
are
wondering...
a team to stop watching because they disappoint.
But how much longer do you think like the manager's going to last before... Because... They're just so inconsistent.
Yeah,
maybe he needs time to balance it out. I don't know.
Thumbs up for him. He's on his way.
Not working.
I thought he would be the first manager sacked in the Premier League.
Me as well. That was my prediction. Forgetting about Eric Ten Hag. But anyway.
Ten Hag. Yo, I'm not going to lie. For a long time, I did want Ten Hag to stay in. But not having him as manager on the weekend gave me a sense of calm. I can't explain it. And I don't know if you guys as Man United fans felt that too. Like, you just, even though we were facing Chelsea and it was potentially a very difficult game, I felt less stressed not seeing Ten Hag on the sideline. I think
there was was also
felt
an
better.
energy attached to him because like his job had been hanging
Just
by
like
a
load
thread
shedding.
from
There was none.
the FA
was
Cup
no
final. If he had lost the FA Cup final, he would have been sacked.
He would have been.
And then they were like, no, let's just try
Scooped
it.
right out of there.
I just want to take a moment quickly to answer a question because I've seen it's been coming through. Someone has asked, don't you think Rashford must play on the left?
Yes, I do think Rashford's best position is off the left. And I do think we've seen some of the best from Garnacho out on the right. But then that would mean that Garnacho... I think it's a three-way rotation between Rashford, Garnacho, and Ahmad.
Yeah.
I think as the three main wingers.
I
that
thought
we
Ahmad
rotate.
was going to start more, I'm not going to lie. Like, especially
but he
in the
was
beginning.
out for a bit, and he's only now just started to come back again. So I think he'll be getting his place back in the team. And also, it's tough to even predict who's going to be playing like moving forward
that's
because
true, 'cause you
as
don't know
soon as
yet.
our new manager comes in, everything's most likely going to change. Formation
True.
is changing. He plays with 3 centre backs, so you will most likely see Martinez as a left centre back, which I quite like, and then De Ligt in the centre. Yoro, when he does come back, will be a right centre back, and I like that. I think those three, it's a solid three. And the nice thing about that is, if De Ligt, who you're not convinced by,
I'm not.
doesn't play, and Maguire's in a back three with 3 centre backs, he does really well there. And I think like that's a Maguire I'll take in the team any day. And then you've got our wing backs who will rotate. Mazraoui, what a game he had.
Yeah.
Mazraoui was a standout player.
I like him.
Amongst all the players between Chelsea and United. He was so good, so good. And that was as a left back.
And then from Chelsea, I thought Caicedo had a really good game.
His goal was a cracker of a goal.
Yeah.
But I think it's tough for us to predict. I don't even know what you asked me, but I'm just excited.
I don't even remember.
I don't know either.
But it's fine.
The last game we spoke about was West Ham. Oh, you were answering a question, I think.
Yeah. But you answered.
Is it time to answer questions?
No, but I just saw that the person had been asking, and I just.
So we're gonna jump a lot quicker through some of the other teams.
Yes.
Ipswich, I thought we were going to get their first win of the Premier League. They didn't. Right at the end, they conceded so late. I was so
but
disappointed
you know who
for them.
did get a win? Southampton.
They
beat
did.
Everton.
They were so happy.
So happy.
And that's not a good look for Everton at the moment.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't
good
even remember
win for Southampton.
their last few fixtures. Everton. I must
Not
get
very
my
memorable.
my information right.
Like
then
you wouldn't tell your parents about them, like who would you if you would go home to tell your parents about a great weekend that you had, you met this person, whatever, like the things that aren't good.
Basically.
It's Everton.
That's okay.
Everton was just there in the corner minding their business, not doing anything.
What do you call it? Analogy.
Boring. Oh, sorry.
Wolves versus Crystal Palace.
I also thought Wolves would have gotten their first win.
I got my prediction correct. Woohoo! It was the only one that I got. But Wolves were 2 goals up.
Yeah.
And then Crystal Palace, bum.
Came back.
Yeah.
Draw. You thought Palace was going to win 3-1, you said. If my mind is...
I literally just said my prediction was correct.
Oh, you said you were right. I got distracted. Yo, it's that ADHD we were talking about.
You need to be present.
I know,
sorry. Bring it in.
I'm sorry.
So,
Ipswich, Spurs and Villa. That was one of the best games of this weekend.
I just want to... Okay, this is one thing I want to say about Ange. He is not afraid to make controversial changes. Big decisions. So... I think it was a couple games back, James Maddison was having a great first half. I think he had created the most chances.
He was probably their best player.
He was like, nah, I'm taking you off. And it worked.
And it wasn't an injury. It was a tactical change.
It was a tactical change. Obviously, with Son, I do understand as well, though, because obviously he's just been injured.
I think that's more why he took him off, not necessarily tactical.
But Son was still surprised about being taken off.
Yeah, he wasn't surprised. He was not happy.
No. Then Richarlison came on. And he assisted the goal for Solanke. And okay, granted, it was like at a cost because then he went off because he was injured, which is obviously
that's
not
2
great.
Brazilians in recent games. Same thing happened to Anthony. He came on off the bench, got injured, and had to come off. Same thing now with Richarlison.
Spurs in that second half, I don't know where Villa went. They went to sleep.
Villa went to sit by Everton at the party. They're having a conversation. West Ham was around the corner.
Yeah.
Yo, Westy! Westy came
Villa
and they sat together.
As well. I said 2-1. You said a draw. 2-2.
A draw, 2-2.
So
we
that was
both
obviously
didn't
not
say
the case.
Spurs would win.
No.
But what a win. 4-1. And they don't have Van der Ven. They got another injury. Romero had to go off.
But he had already gone down. It was, I think, during the week. So he was a bit
injuries
touched
in that game.
So.
But a great
Yeah.
Great win for Spurs.
Yeah, there's obviously a game tonight. Fulham take on Brentford. It's going to be a good one.
What did we predict?
I didn't even write it down.
You know,
so I have no idea.
This is
I'm
what
not
I have
prepared.
to work with. You know, someone
Shocking.
just so
Truly,
disorganized.
truly shocking.
It's
Now,
unacceptable.
it is time to answer some questions.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Pep has more hair than Man United's goal difference. Sheesh. Why did I choose to read that?
That is hilarious. Where's that? Where are you reading that?
There.
Oh, that is so funny. I love that.
Oh, man.
I love that.
That's a good one. And it's quite accurate.
Let's check this. Ashley, who is your favorite City player? That's a tough one. So I have some of like.
Can I answer for you? Because I know some of them.
Some of them, yeah.
Actually.
But you're going to probably start naming the whole squad.
No, I'm going to name the ones that you talk about the most and the ones that give you those like, oh my goodness feelings. You know, sometimes you're watching a player do something and then you're like, oh my gosh.
Bernardo
you
Silva.
freak out.
For
Bernardo
me,
Silva.
Bernardo Silva is
Foden, although this season he hasn't been one of your favorite.
But Bernardo Silva is one of the...
The question was for you. You continue.
It was. Bernardo Silva is one of the players one of the reasons I like really fell in love with the sport as well. Like he's just something about him for me personally. It's just a personal thing. I love Foden, even though I'm really upset with the way his season has gone. Obviously, it was like in the beginning, he was sick and all this kind of stuff, but I just don't feel like we're seeing the Foden that we saw last season. It's also very difficult to like replicate season in and season out the exact same.
Yeah, I mean, he was literally the best. When you're not world class, it is tough to be consistently good. You know, I'm joking. I'm gonna fall to the ground. I think Foden's world class, and I think he'll be back to his best soon.
Yes,
just be patient. He's gonna be back.
Recently, I've been loving watching Vardiol. I think he is amazing. I'm really glad he's settled in because beginning of last season, the touch and go.
The new season jitters and the price tag that came along with him.
Yes, that always puts a lot of pressure.
One of the most, or was he not the most expensive defender ever? I think he was. So. I could be wrong. I remember. It was Maguire, or it could still be Maguire.
Then I've also always loved Gundo. Like he has such a special place for me, but again, not doing so great right now.
That's Gundo.
But anyway, that's
not the real one. He's in City.
Do you want to check?
Yeah, let me see some questions. I think all Man United needs is self-drive and be hungry. Sometimes just the players are off. You are correct, original bro. That is exactly.
Hopefully, the new manager will inject that into the team. You know.
Why are you guys not on X? That's a good question. I don't even have the app.
It's so tough to manage two social media, as in like Instagram and TikTok, and then within those we have our own
personal accounts.
We have so many.
We have a dog account we started for Tequila, our little child, which we don't post on. I just feel like
sometimes we do need a PA.
But that might be a missed opportunity to not be on there, but it's
perhaps.
not. Yeah.
Someone asked me on TikTok who my dream signing is, and I would just absolutely lose my mind if we were by some miracle able to sign Musiala.
I knew it.
I love him.
I knew you were going to say that.
I think he is amazing. I think he's so underrated. Yeah. I love watching him.
Do you think he would come to City?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how deep his loyalty lies.
Bayern.
You know?
I think he could. He did play for the England youth national team, you know, so he does have roots to England, so he would definitely be able to fit in, I think. But that would be a good signing.
Can you imagine? And then imagine if by some miracle it was like Musiala and Wirtz. Another one I really rate.
Both of them.
But yeah, anyway, so that was...
Pep out. I saw someone commented. I think this is the narrative that we're going to be seeing more and more, especially like when Man City lose to Sporting Lisbon tomorrow. They will be losing.
At least we're playing in the Champions League.
Like those of you watching now, you will
Thursday
be
night football.
Seeing the prediction of City losing. That's what's going to happen.
Someone has asked, who do y'all think is going to win the Champions League? I think Barcelona have a very good chance. I know that in terms of...
It's a tough one,
their Champions League performance, like initially, but it hasn't been like the league, but they are in very good form. What about Bayern? Do you think they could?
I don't think Bayern.
No. Obviously, in my heart of hearts, guys, I'm always going to say Man City, but I'm not comfortable, confident right now.
The obvious winner is definitely Arsenal. You know, the greatest team to ever play in Europe. They definitely
This
going
is
to
why
win.
people don't like us, Miguel, because we're always tuning.
Okay,
Arsenal.
realistically, Arsenal could win the Champions League.
I don't know. Right now, Villa have more of a chance.
If you look at the table, yes, but Arsenal...
But no, I don't. What about Real Madrid? You think they can do it
Of course
again?
they can do it. They could finish just one spot ahead of the bottom 8 in the league. Go through the playoffs
And then still...
by like losing the first leg and eventually make it to the final as one of the worst teams ever and then still win. It's their tournament.
I don't know if it's this
It's
season,
the UEFA
if it's theirs.
Real Madrid league.
If I'm being honest.
They own that
What about
competition.
Liverpool?
Of course,
Don't you think
can.
Liverpool could
I don't
win
actually.
the
I can't even think of
quadruple?
a favourite right now.
It's so.
I can't think of who's my favourite to win it.
Scattered, basically. It is very difficult.
I really can't even think of. Watch PSG win. Watch PSG.
I don't think PSG will
I don't
win.
think so either. But the season Mbappe leaves after all
Can
the
you
heroes.
imagine, guys? Can
They
you
bought
imagine?
Neymar. They got Messi. They
Yeah.
got the greatest. They never won the Champions League. And now, when they've all left, maybe they're going to win now. That's
3
how things
minutes
happen.
left.
3 minutes. Okay, now we have to speak fast.
Okay. So now we're going to look ahead to what has come.
Okay, that's next
Okay.
up. Looking
So,
ahead.
We take on Brighton away.
Whoa. Yo,
That's
you're
not
going to
going-
lose to Sporting? And then you're going to lose to Brighton?
We're not going to lose to
That's
Brighton.
going to be 4 losses in
But
a row.
I think right now...
Screen record this. Man City will be losing 4 games in a row. Spurs, Bournemouth, Sporting, and then Brighton. 4 games, Pep
Guys,
out.
I don't know how I live with this
One
guy
more, and then they're going to
sometimes.
slap Pep out the door.
Okay. First of all, they would never.
They will.
You made a mistake. You made a mistake.
Okay,
So you
You
guys
play?
take on Leicester.
Yeah, and we
at
beat
Old
them 5-2 in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah,
Granted,
but
it wasn't their
their
first
second swing.
first
Okay.
choice team, but at Old Trafford. Again. So we're playing 4 games at Old Trafford in a row.
Yeah. How nice.
Okay, I like that.
Now, there are 3 massive games this
Yes,
weekend.
that is correct.
Okay. Liverpool
Liverpool
versus
versus
Aston
Aston
Villa
Villa
is a massive one, obviously.
3.
No, we're not doing that.
no.
Forest, who are now
now
third.
third.
No, I'm not
Okay, I'm
doing
so
that.
sorry.
I'm just not. Guys,
Forest
I
take
can't.
on
My brain can't handle
Newcastle.
it. I can't. My brain starts to.
Do you know what this feels like? I'm sure for you. So we've recently started doing work with Supersport, right? So for those that don't know, it's a broadcaster in South Africa. It's like
When you're doing
behind the scenes,
the live stuff.
speaking in your ear. So you've got multiple voices, like all at the same time, and sometimes you also like kind of hear a bit of yourself if you're on live television.
Guys, it's
and
amazing.
It's insane. It's insane. So,
So
it felt like
we're still adapting.
that's why you were struggling when I was doing that.
My brain just like.
It's okay. It's all part of
Anyway,
it.
and then so now Forest are a big
Third.
team we need to talk about. So
Yeah.
they play Newcastle, who just beat Arsenal.
Big game.
Okay, big game, and then
I see a draw. I smell a draw in that.
Chelsea versus Arsenal.
Oof.
Stop it!
Is London blue?
Bring
Is London
the
red?
entertainment.
We shall find out soon.
Going
That
to
is
be
going to be a
beautiful.
good one.
I'm actually really keen
I'm hoping
for that
for a.
from YouTube, comments coming in from TikTok. So obviously we try our best to engage with you. I'm sorry if we did miss your
Yes.
questions.
We'll
we do
hopefully get better
appreciate,
at this. And
yeah.
so, thank you for your patience from the audio hassles we had.
Guys.
And, everything. But yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate everything. We are down to our final 5 seconds.
We even froze for a moment.
It's
It's just-
all part of the live. Thank you for joining our Game Week 10 discussion.
Look,
Speak to your
time's
friends. Ask them if Arsenal have bottled the league already in November. And yeah, let's get the hashtag Pep out going everywhere.
No,
Hashtag
Miguel,
Pep out.
Seriously, I think someone's gonna be out of the bed tonight.
Pep out, and yeah, have a fantastic week, guys. We shall
Thank you for joining us.
yeah.
We appreciate you. And if you haven't,
Subscribe.
sorry, yeah.
to our
Like,
YouTube. And
all that
if you're
stuff.
from YouTube and you don't know we're on TikTok, check out our TikTok. If you're at TikTok, welcome.
Thank
Again,
you for
thank
spending
you.
time with us,
We
guys.
appreciate you, and as always, glory.